Off we go. Welcome to the table read for Avengers Infinity War. It's going to be night one, because night two, we're jumping into Avengers Endgame. So, starting us off with our lovely cast of characters here. Taking on our action description, we have Joe. Perfect. There he is down there. As the man outside of time, Steve Rogers, Captain America. Where's he at? Keeland hanging out right down there. Lovely. I'm going to be taking over the role of Tony Stark. In case you can tell with that right here. Taking over the ageless god Thor. With a chuckle and an eye patch down there at the bottom. Loving it. Also sitting there with him, we have as the super spy Natasha Romanoff. Perfect. Hanging out right down there. As Bruce Banner, the misunderstood behemoth. Where's he at? Scott hanging out right up top. Fantastic. Taking over the role of Bucky Barnes. Where's he at?
Hello, everyone. I'm Colby. I'll be playing Bucky Barnes.
Even rocking some of the shaggy hair for it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, as the War Machine himself, Rhodey Rhodes.
Oh, it was good.
Perfect. Then taking on the role of Doctor Strange, the master of the mystic arts.
It's me.
Fantastic. Got Wade over there. Then we have as the Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff. Yeah. Fantastic. There's Jess hanging out down there. Then as her love interest and cybernetic, boyfriend, we'll say, the Vision. Fantastic. Got Colton hanging out right down there. Now, as Sam Wilson, the Falcon. He jumped in there, muted. That was a dramatic reveal, but I loved it.
On your left.
There we go. As our lovely wall crawler, Peter Parker. There's Sean hanging out right up there. Then taking on the role of King T'Challa, the Black Panther himself. There's Curtis hanging out right down there, loving it. Now, as the captain of the Benatar, the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter Quill.
That's me.
Oh, there we go. My screen was too small and I couldn't see you over there. All right, cool. Next, continuing on with the Guardians of the Galaxy, we have Gamora. Fantastic.
Hello.
Angie rocking right up there. Then, as well, let's be honest, the biggest pain in the ass of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket.
I'm the real captain.
There we go. Taking on the role of Drax, we have Lynn. There she is. Fantastic. Groot is in there as well, but, well, he's kind of tucked away in there with a person you've already seen before, so we'll get there when we get there. Taking over the role of Pepper Potts. Where's she at? Rachel Nelson hanging out right there. As our villain of the picture, we can't forget evil Thanos. Where's he at?
Hi, everybody.
Loving it. All right. Well, this is our cast of characters. So, Joe, if you'd like to start us off.
Alrighty. Cool. Exterior space. A lone transmission is heard over the darkness.
This is the Asgardian refugee vessel Statesman. We are under assault. I repeat, we are under assault. The engines are dead, life support failing. Requesting aid from any vessel within range. We are 22 jump points out of Asgard. Our crew is made up of Asgardian families. We have very few soldiers here. This is not a warcraft. I repeat, this is not a warcraft.
Cut to interior Asgardian ship moments later. Inside the ship, Ebony Maw walks among the bodies of dead Asgardians. As he steps over them as he speaks with no mind, as if they were scattered pieces of dirty clothing on a bedroom floor.
Hear me and rejoice. You have had the privilege of being saved by the great Titan. You may think this is suffering. No, it is salvation. Universal scales tip toward balance because of your sacrifices. Smile, for even in death, you have become children of Thanos.
Loki is seen with the Black Order. He watches Thanos.
I know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right. Yet to fail nonetheless. It's frightening. Turns the legs to jelly. I ask you, to what end? Dread it? Run from it? Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Thanos holds up his hand to reveal the Infinity Gauntlet, which already hosts the Power Stone.
You talk too much.
The Tesseract or your brother's head. I assume you have a preference?
You need it.
Oh, I do. Kill away.
Thanos sets the gauntlet on Thor's temple. The Power Stone glows brightly. Thor suffers in pain. Loki cringes and looks away from his brother's pain and has a thought.
All right, stop.
We don't have the Tesseract. Destroy it on Asgard.
Loki glances at Thor, like he knows something Thor doesn't. Loki lifts his right hand into the air and the Tesseract reveals itself.
You really are the worst, brother.
Loki holds the Tesseract out to Thanos and advances.
I assure you, my brother, the sun will shine on us again.
Your optimism is misplaced, Asgardian.
Well, for one thing, I'm not Asgardian. And for another, we have a Hulk.
Loki dives out of the way as Hulk emerges and fights Thanos. Punches are exchanged and Thanos is forced into the wall of the ship. Maul stops Black Dwarf from interfering.
Let him have his fun.
Thanos makes short work of Hulk and dumps him to the ground. Thor stands to interfere, but Ebony Maw binds him to the ground. Heimdall reaching out a wounded hand.
All fathers, let the dark magic flow through me one last time.
Heimdall summons the Bifrost and the Rainbow Bridge carries the Hulk away.
That was a mistake.
Thanos stabs Heimdall through the heart with a large spear.
No! You're going to die for that.
Ebony Maw shuts Thor's mouth. Ebony Maw drops to one knee and presents the cube to Thanos.
My humble personage bows before your grandeur. No other being has ever had the might, nay, the nobility to wield not one, but two Infinity Stones. The universe lies within your grasp.
Thanos crushes the Tesseract, revealing the Space Stone. He places it on the gauntlet.
There are 2 more stones on Earth. Find them, my children, and bring them to me on Titan.
Father, we will not fail you.
Loki perks up from amongst the scenery.
If I might interject, if you're going to Earth, you might want a guide. I do have a bit of experience in that area.
If you consider failure experience.
I consider experience. Almighty Thanos. I, Loki, Prince of Asgard. Odinson. The rightful king of Jotunheim, god of mischief, do hereby pledge to you my undying fidelity.
Thor squints his one eye and notices a dagger materialize in Loki's hand. Loki attempts to stab Thanos, but is stopped by the Space Stone.
Undying. You should choose your words more carefully.
Thanos tightens his hold around Loki's neck. He makes eye contact with Thor before he increases his force on Loki's neck.
You will never be a god.
Snap. Loki's body falls lifeless.
No resurrections this time.
Thanos teleports away with the Black Order.
No. Loki.
Thor is released from his binds. He crawls over to Loki's body and lays his head down on Loki's chest, shedding tears for all that he has lost. The ship explodes. Cut to exterior space. The Bifrost sends Hulk rocketing across space to Earth. Cut to the interior of the Sanctum Sanctorum. Dr. Stephen Strange and Wong descend the stairs.
Seriously? You don't have any money?
Attachment to the material is detachment from the spiritual.
I'll tell the guys at the deli. Maybe they'll make you a metaphysical ham and rye.
Oh, wait. I think I have 200
Dollars?
rupees.
Which is...
$1.50.
What do you want?
I wouldn't say no to a tuna melt.
Crash! Strange summons the cloak as he ascends the stairs, followed by Wong. They look down into the debris to see Bruce Banner changing back.
Thanos is coming. He's coming.
Strange and Wong share a look.
Who?
Cut to title card. Avengers Infinity War. Cut to the exterior of New York Park later. Tony Stark and Pepper Potts go for a casual jog. Pepper jogs, Tony paces.
Slow down. I'm totally not kidding.
You're totally rambling.
I'm not.
Lost me.
Look, you know how you're having a dream and in the dream you gotta pee?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're like, oh my God, there's no bathroom. What are we gonna do? Oh, someone's watching. I'm gonna go in my pants.
Right, and then you wake up and in real life you have to pee.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone has that.
Right, so that's the point I'm trying to make. Apropos of that, last night I drunk with a kid. And it was just so real. We named him after your eccentric uncle. What was his name?
Right.
Morgan.
So you woke up and thought that we were...
Expecting.
Yes.
Yes?
No.
I had a dream about it. It was so real.
If you wanted to have a kid, you wouldn't have done that.
She taps the arc housing on Tony's chest.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up because it's nothing. It's just a housing for nanoparticles.
That's not helping your case, okay?
No, it's an attachment. It's not a...
You don't need it.
I know. I had the surgery. I'm just trying to protect us. The future. Us. And that's it. Just in case there's a monster in the closet. Instead of,
Shirts?
You know me so well. You finish all the sentences.
You should have had shirts in your closet.
Yeah. You know where there should be? No more surprises. We're going to have a nice dinner tonight. Show off this Harry Winston, right? We should have no more surprises, ever. I should promise you.
Yes.
I will.
Tony kisses Pepper. Faint sound of portal opening. Doctor Strange walks through.
Tony Stark, I'm Dr. Stephen Strange. I need you to come with me. Oh, congratulations on the wedding, by the way.
I'm sorry, you gonna have tickets to something?
We need your help. Look, it's not overselling to say that the fate of the universe is at stake.
Sorry, who's we?
Bruce emerges from behind Strange.
Hey, Tony.
Bruce.
Pepper.
Hi.
You okay?
Bruce gives Tony a hug. It's been so long, and after everything he's been through, we understand. Cut to the interior of the Sanctum Sanctorum later. Wong uses his magic to show projection as he tells the story.
From the dawn of the universe, there was nothing. Then, boom, the Big Bang sent 6 elemental crystals hurtling across the virgin universe. These infinity stones each control an essential aspect of existence.
Space, reality, power, soul, mind.
Doctor Strange opens the Eye of Agamotto, revealing the Time Stone.
And time.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos. He's a plague, Tony. He invades planets. He takes what he wants. He wipes out half the population. He sent Loki. The attack on New York, that's him.
This is him. What's our timeline?
No telling. He has the power and the space stones. That already makes him the strongest creature in the whole universe. If he gets his hands on all 6 stones, Tony.
He can destroy life on a scale hitherto undreamt of.
Tony leans against a large cauldron, stretching casually.
Did you just say hitherto undreamt of?
Are you seriously leaning on the cauldron of the cosmos?
Is that what this is?
The cloak of levitation smacks Tony's arm. Tony looks at Strange, slightly offended.
We're going to allow that. Look, if Thanos needs all 6, why don't we just stick this one down the garbage disposal?
No can do.
We swore an oath to protect the Time Stone with our lives.
And I swore off dairy. Then Ben and Jerry's named a flavor after me, so...
Stark raving hazelnuts?
It's not bad.
A bit chalky.
A hunka hulka burning fudge is our favorite.
That's a thing?
Whatever. The point is, things change.
Our oath to protect the Time Stone cannot change. This stone may be the best chance we have against Thanos.
And still, conversely, it may also be his best chance against us.
Well, if we don't do our jobs.
What is your job exactly, besides making balloon animals?
Protecting your reality, douchebag.
Oh, okay, guys. Can we quick cable this discussion right now? The fact is that we have the stone. We know where it is. Vision is out there somewhere with the Mind Stone, and we have to find him now.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What do you mean?
2 weeks ago, Vision turned off his transponder. He's offline.
What? Tony, you lost another Superbot?
I didn't lose him. He's more than that. He's evolving.
Who could find Vision then?
Shit. Probably Steve Rogers.
Oh, great.
Maybe, but...
Bruce looks around. He's clearly missing something.
Call him.
It's not that easy. God, we haven't caught up on a spell, have we?
No.
Avengers broke up. We're toast.
Broke up? Like a band? Like the Beatles?
Look, Cap and I fell out hard. We're not on speaking terms.
Tony, listen to me. Thor's gone. Thanos is coming. It doesn't matter who you're talking to or not.
Tony hesitates. He moves across the room before pulling out the cellular phone Steve mailed him.
Flip phone.
It seems as though he brings his phone with him everywhere, always ready to call his lost friend. Before clicking call, he pauses. Tony hears unusual sounds outside.
Say, Doc, you wouldn't happen to be moving your hair on your own, would you?
Not at the moment, no.
Tony looks at the opening on the ceiling and sees metal scraps flying by outside. Exterior Bleecker Street continuous. Chaos has erupted in the streets. Tony exits the sanctum and scans the chaotic surroundings. He helps the woman up.
You okay?
The woman ignores him and runs away. A car crashes in on a pole behind Tony. Bruce has followed Tony outside.
Help him. Wong, Doc?
Go! Got it!
Tony puts on his sunglasses.
Friday, what am I looking at?
Not sure. I'm working on it.
Hey, you might want to put that time stone in your back pocket, Doc.
Strange activates a small spell around his hands.
Might want to use it.
A huge circular ship is seen floating near Bleecker Street. Cut to the exterior of the New York City school bus, same time. The hairs on Peter Parker's arm stand up. He looks out the window and sees the ship. Peter reaches back, trying to get his friend Ned Leeds' attention.
Ned, hey, I need you to cut out the distraction.
Ned turns and sees the ship.
Holy shit, we're all gonna die! There's a spaceship!
Peter slaps on a web shooter as the other kids follow Ned's distraction. Peter webs open a window and exits the bus. Students scramble to the window to see the spaceship.
What's the matter with you kids? You've never seen a spaceship before?
Peter slips on his Spider-Man mask and swings away towards the ship. Cut to the exterior of Bleecker Street moments later. Tony pushes against the crowd of people.
Friday, evac everyone south of 43rd Street. Notify first responders.
Will do.
Doctor Strange uses his magic to stop the ship's engines. The dust clears. Ebony Maw and Black Dwarf exit the ship.
Hear me and rejoice. You are about to die at the hand of the children of Thanos. Be thankful that your meaningless lives are now contributing to...
I'm sorry, Earth is closed today. We better pack it up and get out of here.
Stonekeeper, does this chattering animal speak for you?
Certainly not. I speak for myself.
Strange conjures a spell, trying to intimidate these new arrivals.
But you are trespassing in this city and on this planet.
It means get lost, Squidward.
He exhausts me. Bring me the stone.
Black Dwarf growls and starts his advance towards him.
Banner, you want a piece?
No, not really. But when do I ever get what I want?
That's right.
Bruce starts to strain, attempting to release the Hulk. Instead of Hulk coming out easily, the most that turns green is Bruce's neck.
Oh, wow. Good to have you, buddy.
I just need to concentrate here for 1 second. Come on, man.
Where's your guy?
Bruce lets out a big breath.
I don't know. We're sort of been having a thing.
There's no time for a thing.
I know.
That's a thing right there. Let's go.
Tony pats Bruce's shoulder in encouragement. Bruce gives out a large grunt but fails to release the Hulk.
You're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
Tony, I'm sorry. Either I can't or he won't.
It's okay. Hey, stand down. Just keep an eye on him. Thank you.
I have him.
Damn it.
Tony moves towards Black Dwarf and taps the arc housing on his chest. A wave of nanoparticles floods out of it and covers his body in the space of 3 steps, encasing it in his newest Iron Man bleeding edge armor. Particles flow from Tony's back, creating a large blaster that launches Dwarf back to Ma, who dodges him.
Where did that come from?
It's nanotech. You like it? It's a little something.
Ebony Maw hurls Stark up and attacks the rest of the team. Wong summons a shield.
Dr. Banner, if the rest of your green friend won't be joining us...
Strange opens a portal underneath Banner, teleporting him to the park. Stark lands next to Strange.
Gotta get that stone out of here now.
It stays with me.
Exactly. Bye.
Tony flies away but is cut off by Black Dwarf, sending him to the park. Cut to the exterior of the New York Park continuous. Tony crash lands and Banner comes up to him.
Tony, you okay? How we doing? Good? Bad?
Really, really good. Really good. Do you plan on helping out?
I'm trying. He won't come out.
Black Dwarf arrives to the park. He winds up and throws his hammer at Bruce.
Hammer.
Tony pushes Bruce out of the way before going on the offensive. Tony's energy beam deflects off Black Dwarf's shield, slicing down trees. Bruce crawls under a fallen tree. Bruce starts hitting himself.
Come on, hunk! Come on! What are you doing to me? Come out! Come out! Come out! No!
Banner falls back.
What do you mean, no?
Tony fights Dwarf but is knocked back. Black Dwarf swings back but his blows stop just before connecting. Stark rests on a knee, shielded by Peter Parker.
Yes. Peter. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Peter. Sean?
I'm not
muted.
There we go.
Oh, I'm muted. I'm so sorry. Hey, man. What's up, Mr. Stark?
Kid, where'd you come from?
Field trip to the MoMA!
Tony and Peter fight against Black Dwarf.
What's this guy's problem, Mr. Stark?
He's from space. He came here to steal a necklace from a wizard.
Black Dwarf grabs Peter and launches him away from the park, leaving Tony behind. Cut to exterior New York Street, same time. Wong and Doctor Strange are fighting against Maw. Maw lifts several bricks from the ground and turns them into sharp points. He sends them towards Wong and Strange. The two make portals and send them back towards Maw. Maw moves the car to protect himself, but one spike still hits his head, creating a cut. Wong is knocked back into rubble and a car, falling to the ground unconscious. Strange flies up forward to fight Maw, but is knocked back into a building, the bricks trapping him. Maw floats up to face Strange.
Your powers are quaint. You must be popular with children.
Maw grabs for the Eye of Agamotto. He jerks his hand back as the spell burns his hand.
It's a simple spell, but quite unbreakable.
Then I'll take it off your corpse.
Maw pulls Strange away from the building and throws him to the ground. Several wires leap from all around, coiling over different parts of Strange's body. One cord is slowly tightening around his neck.
You'll find removing a dead man's spell troublesome.
You'll only wish you were dead.
Strange falls unconscious and Maw moves closer to grab him. The cloak of levitation has other plans. Pulls aggressively and frees Strange, flying him away.
No!
Cut to the exterior of New York Park. Tony and Peter fight as Strange's unconscious body flies by.
Kid, there's the wizard. Get on it.
On it.
Exterior, New York streets continuous. Peter chases Strange through Manhattan. Maw attacks him, throwing him through a billboard.
Not cool.
Maw sends a large tractor beam towards the ship with Strange in tow. Peter attempts to anchor Strange to a lamppost, but Maw breaks the lamppost, sending Peter and Strange up in the ship's tractor beam.
Mr. Stark, I'm being beamed up.
Hang on, kid.
As Black Dwarf jumps towards Tony, he is sent through a portal. Tony turns towards Wong.
Now, Wong, you're invited to my wedding.
Tony begins to fly towards the large ship.
Give me a little juice, Friday.
Tony's feet thrusters morph together into a larger one. The ship rises higher and higher, quickly leaving the atmosphere.
Unlock 17A.
Cut to the exterior of the new Avengers facility. A pod jettisons out from the building, rocketing upwards. Cut back to exterior sky above New York. Tony flies higher, trying to reach Peter.
Pete, you gotta let go. I'm gonna catch you.
But you said, save the wizard.
Peter, struggling to breathe, pulls off his mask.
I can't breathe.
You're up too high. You're running out of air.
That makes sense.
Peter passes out, free falling, but not too long before the pod reaches him. It attaches itself to him, becoming a shiny new iron spider suit. Being able to breathe, Peter lands on the bottom part of the ship, standing up heroically.
Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car in here.
Happy trails, kid. Friday, send him home.
Oh, come on.
A large parachute extends from the new suit, sending Peter spiraling back to Earth. Tony latches on and carves a hole to get inside. Tony boards the ship, trying to get to the main bay and keep the time stone out of Maw's hands. His nanoparticles seal the hole behind him.
Awesome coding column for Miss Potts.
Tony, oh my God, are you all right? What is going on?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna have to push our 830 res.
Why?
Tony looks around the ship.
Just because I'll probably not make it back for a while.
Tell me you are not on that ship.
Yeah.
Oh God, please tell me you're not on that ship.
Honey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Come back here, Tony. I swear to God.
Pep.
Come back here right now. Tony, come back.
Boss, we're losing her. I'm going to.
Exterior, Ebony Maw's ship, same time. Peter Parker is revealed to have managed to stick to the outside of the ship and is crawling inside an airlock.
Hang on, sorry, I lost my spot. Oh my God, I should have stayed on the bus.
Cut to exterior New York Park moments later. Wong and Banner recollect themselves. Wong opens a portal and steps through.
Where are you going?
The time stone's been taken. The sanctum remains unguarded. What will you do?
Banner looks down at the semi-broken flip phone in his hands.
I'm going to make a call.
Wong nods, understanding. He closes the portal as Banner opens the phone. Smash cut to title card space. The Guardians of the Galaxy fly through space, grooving along to Rubber Band Man. Interior Benatar continuous. A distress call chirps quietly underneath it.
Sing it, Drax.
Drax is snoring with his mouth open from his seat in front of Quill. Gamora bobs her head and sings along.
Nope. You're muted, Ange.
Prepare yourself for the rubber band.
Why are we doing this again?
It's a distress signal, Rocket. Someone could be dying.
I get that. But why are we doing it?
Because we're nice, and maybe whoever it is will give us a little cheddar cheese for our help.
Which isn't the point.
Which isn't the point. I mean, if he doesn't pony up.
We'll take his ship.
Bingo.
Mantis is just a few things in front of her.
We are arriving.
All right, Guardians, don't forget, this might be dangerous, so let's put on our mean faces.
Quill looks back.
Group, put that thing away. Now, I don't want to tell you again. Group, put that thing away. I think that now I don't want to tell you again.
Groot, now a teenager, sits flopped in one of the seats playing a handheld game.
I am Groot.
Whoa!
Language!
Hey.
Wow.
You got some acorns on you, kid.
Ever since you got your little sap, you've been a total D-hole. Keep it up and I'll smash that thing to pieces.
Groot rolls his eyes. As Rocket finishes what he is saying, Thanos' carnage is revealed, revealing the distress signal to be one from the Asgardian vessel at the beginning of the movie. The Guardians find the Asgardians floating dead in space from the destruction by Thanos.
What happened?
Looks like we're not getting paid.
With a thump, Thor's body is plastered to the hull of the ship. Rocket waves his hands in disgust.
Swipers, get it off!
Thor's eye opens. Smash cut to the interior of the Benatar loading bay moments later. The Guardians tending to the still unconscious Thor inside the ship.
How the hell is this dude still alive?
He is not a dude. You're a dude. This is a man. A handsome, muscular man.
I'm muscular.
Oh, you Quill, you're one sandwich away from being fat.
Yeah, right.
It's true. You have gained a little weight.
Drax motions to Quill's chin belly.
What? Gamora, do you think I'm...
He's anxious, angry, feels tremendous loss and guilt.
It's like a pirate had a baby with an angel.
Okay, this is a real wake-up call for me. I'm going to get a Bowflex. I'm going to commit. I'm going to go get some dumbbells.
You know you can't eat dumbbells, right?
Gamora lifts Thor's arms, moving her fingers along his skin.
It's like his muscles are made of Kotati metal fibers.
Stop massaging his muscles. Wake him up.
Mantis moves to Thor and touches his forehead gently.
Wake.
Thor awakens, frightening Mantis. He does not recognize them.
Who the hell are you guys?
Cut to the enter the Benatar kitchen later. The Guardians stand around Thor, who is eating soup.
The entire time I knew Thanos, he only ever had one goal, to bring balance to the universe by wiping out half of all life. He used to kill people, planet by planet, massacre by massacre.
Including my own.
If he gets all 6 Infinity Stones, he can do it with a snap of his fingers like this.
She snaps.
You seem to know a great deal about Thanos.
Gamora is the daughter of Thanos.
Your father killed my brother.
Thor stands and faces Gamora.
Oh boy, stepfather. Technically, she hates him as much as you do.
Families can be tough. Look, before my father died, he told me I had a half-sister that he imprisoned in hell. Then she returned home and stabbed me in the eye, so I had to kill her. It's life, isn't it? I guess. Goes round, and I feel your pain.
And I feel your pain as well. I mean, it's not a competition, but I've been through a lot. My father killed my mother, then I had to kill my father, and that was hard. Probably even harder than having to kill a sister. Plus, I came out of it with both my eyes.
Thor stopped listening long ago. He drops a soup spoon.
I need a hammer, not a spoon.
Thor stands and starts fiddling with a bit of machinery.
How do I open this thing? Is there some sort of 4-digit code, maybe? Maybe a birth date or something?
What are you doing?
Taking your pod.
No, you're not. You'll not be taking our part.
Will, are you making your voice deeper?
No.
You are. You're intimidating the God Man. It's weird.
No, I'm not.
He did it again.
This is my voice.
Thor takes a step towards Quill.
Are you mocking me?
Are you mocking me?
You did it again.
He's trying to copy me.
He's not doing that. He's doing it first.
Enough. We need to stop Thanos, which means we need to find out where he's going next.
Nowhere.
He must be going somewhere.
No, nowhere. It's a place. We've been there. It sucks. Excuse me, that's our food.
Thor rummages through the food storage.
Not anymore.
Or why would he go to nowhere?
Because for years, the Reality Stone has been safely stored there with a man called the Collector.
If it's with the Collector, then it's not safe. Only an idiot would give that man a stone.
Or a genius.
How do you know he's not going for one of the other stones?
There's 6 stones out there. Thanos already has the Power Stone because he stole it last week when he decimated Xandar. He stole the Space Stone from me when he destroyed my ship and slaughtered half my people. The Time and Mind Stones are safe on Earth. They're with the Avengers.
The Avengers?
They're the smartest heroes.
Like Kevin Bacon?
He may be on the team. I don't know. Haven't been there in a while. As for the Soul Stone, well, no one's ever seen that. No one even knows where it is. Therefore, Thanos can't get it. Therefore, he's going to nowhere. Hence, he'll be getting the Reality Stone. You're welcome.
Then we have to go to nowhere, now.
Wrong. Where we have to go is Nidavellir.
That's a made-up word.
All words are made
up. Rocket climbs up onto a table.
Nidavellir is real? Seriously? I mean, that place is legend. They make the most powerful, horrific weapons to ever torment the universe. I would very much like to go there, please.
The Rapid is correct. Including the smartest among you. Oh. Only Eitri the Dwarf King can make me the weapon I need. I assume you're the captain, sir.
You're very perceptive.
You seem like a noble leader. Will you join me on my quest to Nidavellir?
Let me just ask the captain. Wait a second. It's me. Yeah, I'll go.
Wonderful.
Except that I'm the captain.
Quiet.
And that's my backpack.
Quill, sit down.
Look, this is my ship, and I'm not going to... Wait, what kind of weapon are we talking about here?
The Thanos killing kind.
Don't you think that we should all have a weapon like that?
No, you simply lack the strength to wield them. Your bodies will crumble as your minds collapse into the madness.
Is it weird that I want to do it even more now?
A little bit, yeah.
If we don't go to nowhere and Thanos retrieves another stone, he'll be too powerful to stop.
He already is.
I got it figured out. We got 2 ships and a large assortment of morons. So me and Groot will go with the pirate angel here, and the morons will go to nowhere try to stop Thanos. Cool? Cool.
So cool.
For the record, I know that you're only going with him because it's where Thanos isn't.
You know, Quill, you shouldn't talk to your captain that
Rocket moves out of the pod.
way. Come on, Groot, put that game down. It'll rot your brain.
I bid you farewell and good luck, morons. Bye.
Cut to interior Scottish apartment. When Wanda, Maximoff, and the Vision share an apartment. Wanda is in bed while Vision, in a human glamour, watches out a window. Vision holds his hands to the Mind Stone in pain.
Is it the stone again?
It's as if it's speaking to me.
What does it say?
I don't know, but something. Tell me, what do you feel?
Wanda presses her hand to the Mind Stone. She seems confused.
I just feel you.
Vision takes Wanda's hand and kisses it. They kiss. Cut to the exterior streets of Scotland later. Wanda and Vision, still in his glamour, take a stroll.
So there's a 10 a.m. to Glasgow to give us more time together before you went back.
What if I miss the train?
There's an 11.
What if I missed all the trains? What if this time I didn't go back?
You gave Stark your word.
I'd rather give it to you.
There are people who are expecting me too, you know. We both made promises.
Not to each other, Wanda. For 2 years, we've stolen these moments, trying to see if this could work. And I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to speak for myself. I think
It works.
it works. Then stay with me.
Upbeat.
Or not, if I'm overstepping.
Wanda notices a TV in a nearby bar announcing the invasion of New York and the disappearance of Tony Stark.
What are they?
What the stone was warning me about. I have to go.
No, Vision, if that's true, then maybe going isn't the best idea.
Wanda,
Corvus Glaive appears suddenly behind Vision, stabbing him through the back.
Vision!
Proxima Midnight attacks Wanda from behind and knocks her away. Corvus Glaive pins Vision down using his weapon, a glaive, in an attempt to extract the Mind Stone from Vision's head. Wanda blasts both of them away, then propels Vision and herself into a nearby courtyard where they rest in an alleyway.
the blade, it stopped me from phasing.
Is that even possible?
It isn't supposed to be. My systems are failing. I'm beginning to think we should have stayed in bed.
Corvus Glaive suddenly arrives, knocking Wanda aside and grabbing Vision.
Viz!
Corvus flies away with Vision, pinning him against the wall. Meanwhile, Proxima engages Wanda and they begin to fight. Give up the stone and she lives. Vision flies with Corvus to the roof of what appears to be a church. Proxima and Wanda are still fighting below. Vision shoots a beam from the Mind Stone at Corvus, who uses his glaive to deflect it back at Vision, causing him to slam into the wall behind him. Down below, Wanda hears a cry from Vision. Finally knocking Proxima away with her magic, Wanda then flies up to the roof where Glaive has pinned Vision and is attempting to remove the Mind Stone. She casts a bolt of magic which throws him back through the wall and down a shaft.
Hands off.
Wanda then uses her magic to propel her and Vision away. Below, Proxima, who is recovered, shoots a bolt from her weapon, causing them to fall from the air and down through the roof of a train station beneath them. Interior Scottish train station continuous. Vision cushions their crash as they skid to a halt. Wanda crawls over to Vision.
Come on, you gotta get up. Come on, hey, we have to go.
Please leave.
You asked me to stay, I'm staying.
Please.
Get up.
Behind them, Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive land and advance on Wanda, who stands in front of Vision. A train passes behind Wanda, and they all pause as if aware of another's presence. As the last train car passes, we see a silhouette against the back wall. Proxima throws her weapon, but it is quickly caught just before the figure steps from the shadows. We now recognize a bearded Captain America as he steps into the light. While they are distracted, Falcon swoops in and kicks Proxima Midnight to the next room. Swooping around, he fires on Corvus Glaive. At the same time, Captain America throws Proxima's weapon to Black Widow, who engages Corvus, stabbing him in the gut and flinging him backwards. Proxima, who's now recovered, summons her weapon back to her hand and attacks Captain America and Black Widow simultaneously. While the three are fighting, Falcon flies in and again kicks Proxima backwards, where she slouches down beside Corvus.
Get up!
I can't.
We don't want to kill you, but we will.
You will never have the chance.
Proxima, Midnight, and Corvus Glaive depart as they have beamed up.
Can you stand?
Sam helps Vision to his feet. Vision's eyes meet Steve's.
Thank you, Captain.
Let's get you to the jet.
Cut to the interior of the Quinjet later. Natasha enters the jet, closing the doors behind her.
I thought we had a deal. Stay close, check in, don't take chances.
I'm sorry. We just wanted time.
Steve crosses to Sam, who's behind the wheel.
Where to, Cap?
Home.
Smash cut to the exterior of Gamora's homeworld years ago. A massacre is being carried out. Thanos' Chitauri soldiers shove men, women, and children onto separate sides of a large walkway. A little girl hides with her mother in a small shack.
We'll be safe. We'll be safe.
A Chitauri brute slams into the ground nearby, causing little Gamora to scream. The brute tears the side of the shack open and pulls the two into the open. Ebony Moth floats around the growing crowd.
Zihi Bihrins.
Gamora is dragged away from her mother.
Mother!
Choose a side or die.
Mother!
She pulls away from the brute, dragging her, and punches him as she leaves.
One side for reservation, the other an honor.
Young Gamora approaches Thanos, desperate to find her mother.
What's wrong, little one?
My mother. Where is my mother?
Thanos kneels down.
What's your name?
Gamora.
You're quite the fighter, Gamora. Come, let me help you.
Thanos takes her hand and leads her to a pavilion, where he produces a small, red jeweled dagger.
Look, pretty, isn't it?
He extends the blades and balances on his massive finger.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Too much to one side or the other.
He play drops the blade before catching it.
Here, you try.
He hands the blade to her as Ebony Maw addresses the collected masses.
Now go in peace and meet your maker.
One half of the crowd is shot down. They scream, and young Gamora turns, but Thanos prevents her from seeing the massacre.
Concentrate. There, you've got it.
Cut to interior Benatar, present day. Peter Quill is gearing up, addressing Gamora, who simply stands there.
Gamora, do you know if these grenades are the blow off your junk kind or the gas kind? Because I was thinking I might hang a couple on my belt right here, but I don't want to.
I need to ask you a favor.
Yeah, sure.
One way or another, the path that we're on leads to Thanos.
Which is what the grenades are for.
Gamora glares.
I'm sorry, what's the favor?
If things go wrong, if Thanos gets me, I want you to promise me you'll kill me.
What?
I know something he doesn't. If he finds out, the entire universe could be at risk.
What do you know?
If I tell you, you'd know too.
Well, if it's so important, shouldn't I?
Only if you want to die.
Why does somebody have to always die in this scenario?
Just trust me. And possibly kill me.
I mean, I'd like to. I really would.
Gamora covers his mouth.
Swear to me. Swear on your mother.
Those words hang heavy.
Okay.
The two kiss until an odd crunching sound startles them. Drax is standing in the corner.
Dude, how long have you been standing there?
An hour.
An hour? Are you serious?
I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye. What?
Drax stands motionless until he eats more of his snack.
You're eating a Zark now.
But my movement is so slow, it's imperceptible.
No.
I'm sure I'm invisible.
Mantis enters behind Quill and Gamora. She stops and waves.
Hi, Drax.
Damn it.
Drax drops his bag of snacks. Cut to the exterior of nowhere. The group flies through nowhere in search of Thanos.
Drax?
I'm reading movement from the third quadrant.
Yep, I'm picking that up too. Let's put it down right here.
Cut to the interior of the Collector's collection. Later, the group enters the Collector's collection room, which is in ruin. Thanos is threatening the Collector while the Guardians hide behind rubble.
Everyone in the galaxy knows you'd sell your own brother if you thought it would add the slightest trinket to your pathetic collection.
Quill stops and holds up a fist, meaning halt, in the silent language of soldiers. Everybody walks quietly past it.
I know you have the reality stone, Typhon. Give it to me and I will spare you a great deal of suffering.
Thanos places a heavy boot in the middle of the Collector's chest and presses.
I told you I sold it. Why would I lie?
I imagine it's like breathing for you.
Like suicide.
So you do understand. Not even you would surrender something so precious.
I didn't know what it was.
Then you're more of a fool than I took you for. Last chance, charlatan. Where's the stone?
Today,
Drax!
he pays for the deaths of my wife and daughter.
Drax, wait!
Drax draws his long dagger from his leg scabbard.
Not yet.
Drax gives him a look and heads towards Thanos. Quill hurries as quietly as possible to catch up.
Drax! He doesn't have the stone yet. We get it, and then we can stop him. We have to get the stone first. Yeah?
Oh, Robet, for Maria.
Quill starts to struggle with Drax when Mantis puts her hand on the back of Drax's head.
Leap.
Drax is knocked out, his falling body causing a loud crash. Everybody ducks. Thanos looks towards the sound, then picks up the Collector and throws him into a collecting case before walking towards the disturbance.
Okay. Gamora, Mantis, you go right.
Gamora moves towards Thanos.
The other right.
Gamora leaps on Thanos from a stack of boxes, swinging her sword at him. He snaps his sword blade in half, and Gamora stabs him in the throat with the stub, his lower jaw sagging and himself letting out a hoarse groan. Then he is stabbed in the chest with the red jeweled dagger.
Why?
He falls down.
Why you, daughter?
He holds his hand out to her, blood pooling out from his neck wound before collapsing completely. Gamora breaks down, sobbing.
That was quick.
Magnificent!
Suddenly, Thanos' disembodied voice fills the room.
Is it sadness I sense in you, daughter? In my heart, I knew you still cared, but no one knows for sure. Reality is often disappointing.
The scene disappears. Everything in the room is destroyed and or on fire. The Collector waving bye-bye as he and his case vanish.
That is it was. Now, reality can be whatever I want.
Thanos is quite alive and undamaged. He has the red reality stone seated in the Infinity Gauntlet. Gamora stands, her face still wet but no longer crying.
You knew I'd come.
I counted on it. There's something we need to discuss, little one.
Gamora hesitates for a beat, then reaches for a broken sword. Thanos grabs her by the back of the neck and swings her around in front of him.
Thanos!
With a pulse of the Reality Stone, both Drax and Mantis are disassembled. Drax is turned to a stack of tumbling cubes, and Mantis becomes a ribbon version of herself. Quill moves in, his blaster pointed right at Thanos.
Let her go, Grimace.
Peter,
I told you to go right.
now, really?
Now let her go.
Ah, the boyfriend.
I like to think of myself more as a Titan-killing long-term booty call. Let her go,
Peter.
or I'm gonna blow that nutsack of a chin right off your face.
Not him.
Quill hesitates. He does not shoot anyone.
You promised. You promised.
Oh, daughter. You expect too much from him. She's asked, hasn't she? Do it.
There's a very tense and unpleasant pause. Thanos rolls his head and shoves Gamora towards Quill's gun, egging him on.
Do it!
I told you to go right.
I love you more than anything.
I love you too.
Quill screws up his eyes and pulls the trigger, but a stream of bubbles comes out. Thanos is playing him.
I like you.
Thanos teleports Gamora and himself away as a stunned Quill picks up Gamora's sword, and his friends painfully reassemble themselves, the Reality Stone's effects now subsiding in their absence. Cut to the interior of the new Avengers facility. Back on Earth, the Quinjet arrives at the upstate New York Avengers HQ while Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes deals with the red tape in the holographic person of Secretary of State Thaddeus Ross.
Hunter, you wanna?
Still no word from Vision?
Satellite lost him somewhere over Edinburgh.
On a stolen Quinjet with 4 of the world's most wanted criminals.
No, they're only criminals because you chosen to call them that. Right, sir?
My God, Rhodes, your talent for horseshit rivals my own.
If it weren't for those accords, Vision would have been right here.
I remember your signature on those papers, Colonel.
That's right. And I'm pretty sure I paid for that.
You have second thoughts?
Not anymore.
Steve enters in with Natasha. Sam and Wanda help Vision. Ross sees him and his face drops.
Mr. Secretary?
You got some nerve. I'll give you that.
You could use some of that right now.
The world's on fire and you think all is forgiven?
Steve crosses and stands face to face with Ross's projected image.
I'm not looking for forgiveness, and I'm way past asking for permission. Earth just lost her best defender, so we're here to fight. And if you want to stand in our way, we'll fight you too.
Arrest them.
All over.
He turns off the hologram.
That's a court martial. It's great to see you, Cap.
The two hug.
You too, Ronnie.
Well, you guys really look like crap. Must have been a rough couple of years.
Yeah, well, the hotels weren't exactly 5-star.
I think you look great.
Bruce steps out from behind a bookcase.
Yeah, I'm back.
Natasha's eyes meet his.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
Cut to the interior of the new Avengers facility war room later. Natasha, Bruce, Steve, Rhodey, Wanda, and Vision sit around the room.
So we got to assume they're coming back, right? And they can clearly find us. We need all hands on deck. Where's Clint?
After the whole Accord situation, he and Scott took a deal. It was too tough on their families.
Who's Scott?
Man.
There's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man? Okay, look. Thanos has the biggest army in the universe, and he is not going to stop until he gets Vision Stone.
Well, then, we have to protect it.
No, we have to destroy it. I've been given a good deal of thought to this entity in my head, but its nature, but also its composition. I think if it were exposed to a significantly powerful energy source, something very similar to its own signature, perhaps its molecular integrity could fail.
Vision addresses Wanda as he nears her.
And you with it. We're not having this conversation.
Eliminating the stone is the only way to be certain that Thanos can't get it.
It's too high a price.
Only you have the power to pay it. Thanos threatens half the universe. One life cannot stand in the way of defeating him.
But it should. We don't trade lives, Vision.
Vision walks towards Steve.
Captain, 70 years ago, you laid down your life to save how many millions of people? Tell me, why is this any different?
Steve takes a breath, but before he has a chance to answer, Bruce interrupts.
Because you might have a choice. Your mind is made up of a complex construct of overlays. Jarvis, Ultron, Tony, me, the Stone, all of them mixed together. All of them learning from one another.
You're saying Vision isn't just the stone.
I'm saying that. If we take out the Stone, there's still a whole lot of Vision left. Perhaps the best parts.
Can we do that?
Not me. Not here.
You better find someone, and somewhere fast. Ross isn't exactly just going to let you guys have your old rooms back.
I know somewhere.
Smash cut to the exterior of Wakanda later. T'Challa and Okoye walk together, accompanied by 2 Wakandan soldiers.
You'll have the King's Guard, and the Dora Milaje have been alerted.
And the border tribe.
Those that are left.
Send word to the Jabari as well. M'Baku likes a good fight.
And what of this one?
This one may be tired of war, but the White Wolf has rested long.
T'Challa walks further down the hill to see Bucky Barnes working with his one arm. The Wakandan soldiers present the White Wolf with a new vibranium arm.
Can I still hit the strider? Oh yeah. Where's the fight?
On its way.
Cut to the interior of Ebony Maw's ship later. Ebony Maw interrogating Doctor Strange.
In all the time I've served Thanos, I've never failed him. If I were to reach our rendezvous on Titan with the time stone still attached to your vaguely irritating person, there would be judgment. Give me the stone.
Tony stands watching, hidden from above. Strange's cloak taps Stark on the arm. He raises his hand to it, ready to shoot, but he sees what it is and stands down.
You're a seriously loyal piece of outerwear, aren't you? You're muted, John.
Yeah, speaking of loyalty.
Tony's eyes widen.
What the?
I know what you're going to say.
You should not be here.
I was going to go home.
I don't want to hear it.
But it was such a long way down, and I thought about you on the way.
And now I got to hear it.
I'm kind of stuck to the side of the ship, and the suit is ridiculously intuitive, by the way, so if anything, it's kind of your fault that I'm here.
What did you just say?
I take that back. Now I'm here in space.
Yeah, right where I didn't want you to be. This isn't Coney Island. It isn't a field trip. It's a one-way ticket. You hear me? Don't pretend like you thought this through. You could not have possibly thought this through.
No, I did think it through.
You could not have possibly thought this through.
It's just, you can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man when there's no neighborhood. Okay, that didn't make sense, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Tony waves Peter over to him.
Now, come on. We got a situation. See him down there? He's in trouble. What's your plan? Go.
Okay. Did you ever see that really old movie, Aliens?
Below, Ebony Maw remains interrogating Strange. Small, almost needle-like appendages pass all along Strange, embedding themselves all over his figure. Strange holds back the screen.
Painful, aren't they? They were originally designed for microsurgery. And any one of them.
Ebony Maw stops for a beat and turns to see Stark in his Iron Man suit standing there.
Could end your friend's life in an instant.
Yeah, gotta tell you, not really my friend. Saving his life's more of a professional courtesy.
You've saved nothing. Your powers are inconsequential compared to mine.
Yeah, but the kid's seen more movies.
Tony fires a rocket from his shoulder, which pierces his side of the ship and begins to suck everything out. Strange begins to be sucked out, but his cape wraps around him. Unfortunately, the arm slips from it and he keeps going. Spider-Man shoots a web strand at Strange with one hand and holds onto a piece of the ship with the other. It breaks, sending them both towards space when his Iron Spider suit's metal arms brace him to automatically keep him from being sucked out.
Yes! Wait, what are those?
He then pulls them back inside just as Tony sprays nanites onto the hole to plug it up. Peter and Strange safely hit the floor. Ebony Maw is seen floating in space, quite dead. Peter stands and tries to shake Strange's cape's hand.
Hey, we haven't officially met.
The cloak ignores him and flies to Strange.
Cool.
Strange and Tony look over the main console of the ship.
Oh, what page?
I don't know.
54? No, 53 bottom. Wait, no. How about over? No help us.
No, I don't have a line at 53 bottom. We've got to turn this ship around.
Yeah, now he wants to run. Great plan.
No, I want to protect the stone.
I want you to thank me. Go ahead, I'm listening.
For what? Nearly blasting me into space?
Who just saved your magical ass? Me.
I seriously don't know how to fit your head in that helmet.
Admit it. You would have been sucked out when or you should have ducked out when I told you to. I tried to bench you, and you refused.
Unlike everyone else in your life, I don't work for you.
And due to that fact, we're now flying a donut billions of miles away from Earth with no backup.
Peter raises.
I'm backup.
No, you're not. You're a stowaway. The adults are talking.
I'm sorry. I'm confused as to the relationship here. What is he? Your ward?
No, I'm Peter, by the way.
Peter extends his hand for a shake.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, we're using our made-up names. I'm Spider-Man, then.
Look, this ship is self-correcting its course. Things on autopilot.
Can we control it? Fly us home?
Tony doesn't make eye contact.
Stark?
Yeah.
Can you get us home?
Yeah, I heard you. I'm thinking. I'm not so sure we should.
Under no circumstances can we bring the time stone to Thanos. I don't think you quite understand what's at stake here.
No, it's you who doesn't understand. Look, Thanos has been in my head for 6 years. Since he sent an army to New York, and now he's back. I don't know what to do. So I'm not sure if it's a better plan to fight him on our turf or his. But you saw what they did and what he can do. At least on his turf, he's not expecting it. So I would say we take the fight to him, Doctor. Do you concur?
All right, Stark. We go to him. But you have to understand, if it comes to saving you, or the kid, or the time stone, I will not hesitate to let either of you die. I can't, because the fate of the universe depends on it.
Good. Nice. Moral compass. We're straight.
Tony moves to Peter and knights his shoulders.
All right, kid. You're an Avenger now.
Peter looks at Tony in disbelief, then smiles and nods in satisfaction before the weight of the situation settles. Cut to the interior of Thanos' ship later. Gamora sits on the steps of Thanos' throne as Thanos moves towards her. He extends a little cup of food out to her.
I thought you might be hungry.
Gamora takes it, then hurls it across the room where it bangs against Thanos' chair with a large clack.
I always hated that chair.
So I've been told. Even so, I'd hoped you'd sit in it one day.
I hated this room, this ship. I hated my life.
You told me that too. Every day for almost 20 years.
I was a child when you took me.
I saved you.
No, we were happy on my home planet.
Going to bed hungry, scrounging for scraps. Your planet was on the brink of collapse, and I'm the one that stopped that. Do you know what's happened since then? The children born have known nothing but full bellies and clear skies. It's a paradise.
Because you murdered half the planet.
A small price to pay for salvation.
You're insane.
Little one, it's a simple calculus. This universe is finite. Its resources finite. If life is left unchecked, it will cease to exist. It needs correction.
You don't know that.
I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it. For a time, you had the same will as you fought by my side, daughter.
I'm not your daughter. Everything I hate about myself, you taught me.
And in doing so, made you the fiercest woman in the galaxy. Which is why I trusted you to find the Soul Stone.
I'm sorry I disappointed you.
I am disappointed. But not because you didn't find it, but because you did. And you lied.
A large metal door opens. Thanos and Gamora stand there as a set of inner doors made of interlacing metal slide away. Inside, we see that Nebula is suspended horizontally in the air in the middle of the room.
Nebula.
We see that Nebula has been partially disassembled so that she is still living. It's still slightly connected to each of her parts.
Don't do this.
Some time ago, your sister snuck aboard this ship to kill me,
Please don't do this.
and very nearly succeeded. So I brought her here to talk.
Thanos curls in both the power and space stones, causing Nebula's already extended pieces to stretch further outward. She begins to scream.
Stop! Stop it! I swear to you on my life, I never found the Soul Stone.
Thanos signals a nearby servant who taps on a control pad. We hear Nebula's voice say, accessing memory files, and a sort of hologram of Gamora's face shudders to life.
Accessing memory files.
A miniature hologram of Gamora's face shudders to life.
You know what he's about to do. He's finally ready. He's going for the stones. All of them.
He can never get them all.
He will.
He can't, Nebula. Because I found the map to the Soul Stone, and I burnt it to ash. I burnt it.
The hologram ends.
You're strong, me. You're generous, me. But I never taught you to lie. That's why you're so bad at it. Where is the Soul Stone?
Thanos resumes torturing Nebula for several seconds. Gamora wincing in her screams.
Vormir!
Thanos stops, and Nebula gasps in air. Gamora goes to her and caresses her face.
The Soul Stone is on Vormir.
Show me.
Cut to enter the Benatar pod. Later, Rocket, Thor, and Groot sit in the cramped cockpit.
Groot?
I hear it.
Can you hear me? It
Now I
keeps
hear
cutting out.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Again, yeah.
Hey, Groot.
Take who in the cup. We're not looking. What's there to see? What's a twig? Everybody's seen a twig. I think I heard that. One more time.
Oh, okay. Tree, pour what's in the cup out in space and go in the cup again.
You speak Groot?
Yes, they taught it on Asgard. It was an elective. I am Groot. You'll know when we're there. Nidavellis Forge harnesses the power of a blazing neutron star. It's the birthplace of my hammer. It's truly awesome.
Rocket turns to see Thor sitting sadly beside the window and sighs.
Okay, time to be the captain.
Rocket puts the ship on autopilot and walks to a console near Thor.
So, dead brother, huh? Yeah, that can be annoying.
Well, he's been dead before, but this time I think it really might be true.
And you said your sister and your dad?
Both dead.
Still got a mom, though?
Killed by a dark elf.
A best friend?
Stabbed through the heart.
Are you sure you're up to this particular murder mission?
Thor smiles widely.
Absolutely. Rage, vengeance, anger, loss, regret. They're all tremendous motivators. They really do clear the mind, so I am good to go.
Yeah, but this Thanos we're talking about, he's the toughest there is.
Well, he's never fought me.
Yeah, he has.
He's never fought me twice. And I'm getting a new hammer, don't forget.
Better be some hammer.
You know, I'm 1,500 years old. I've killed twice as many enemies as that, and every one would have rather killed me, but none succeeded. I'm only alive because fate wants me to be alive. Thanos is the latest in a long line of morons, and he will be the latest to feel my vengeance.
And what if you're wrong?
If I'm wrong, what more can I lose?
Thor stands and seats himself at the front of the pod beside Groot.
I could lose a lot. Me personally, I could lose a lot.
Rocket takes an eyeball from somewhere on his person.
Okay. If fate does want you to kill that crap sack, you're gonna need more than one stupid eyeball.
He hands Thor the eye.
What's this?
What's it look like? Some jerk lost a bet with me on Contraxia.
He gave you his eye?
No, he gave me 100 units. I snuck in later that night and stole his eye.
Thank you, sweet rabbit.
Thor pulls off his patch and slips his finger onto the socket.
I would have watched that. The only way I could sneak it out of Contraxia was up my... Hey, we're here!
Thor smacks his palm against the side of his head.
I don't think this thing works. Everything seems dark.
It ain't the eye.
Nivedalier is dark and motionless as the three near it.
Something's wrong. The star's gone out, and the rings are frozen.
Cut to the interior of Nivedalier. Later. Inside the forge, Thor, Rocket, and Groot walk through a seemingly abandoned and cluttered room.
I hope these dwarves are better at forging than they are cleaning. Maybe they realize they live in a junk pile in the middle of space.
This forge hasn't gone dark in centuries.
Rocket's eyes catch a pedestal in the distance.
You said Thanos had a gauntlet, right?
Yes, why?
Look anything like that?
I am Groot.
Go back to the pod.
Suddenly, a large figure storms towards them fiercely.
Eitri, wait! Stop! Stop!
Oh?
What happened here?
You were supposed to protect us. Asgard was supposed to protect us.
Asgard is destroyed. Eitri, the glove, what did you do?
Eitri pauses for a moment.
300 dwarves lived on this ring. I thought if I did what he asked. I made what he wanted. A device capable of harnessing the power of the stones. Then he killed everyone anyway. All except me. Your life is yours, he said. But your hands are mine alone.
Eitri shows Thor's hands. His gloves have been melted over them, making them almost useless.
Eitri, this isn't about your hands. Every weapon you've designed, every axe, hammer, sword, it's all inside your head. Now, I know all hope feels lost. Trust me, I know. But together, you and I, we can kill Thanos.
Cut to the interior of Thanos' ship. Nebula suspended in the interrogation room scene earlier, while the guard puts her back together. Nebula ejects her eyepiece, disposing of the guard when he comes to replace it. She walks to a console, dragging her dislocated metal foot behind her and inputs a code.
Mantis, listen very carefully. I need you to meet me on Titan.
Also, are you okay in Boston? Because I just saw a whole thing on Twitter.
All right. Well, resuming. Joe, if you'd like to start us back up.
Cool. Alrighty. Cut to the interior of Thanos' ship. Nebula suspended in the interrogation room scene earlier, while the guard puts her back together. Nebula ejects her eyepiece, disposing of the guard. Oh, did I already do this?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Cut to the interior of Ebony Maw's ship. Peter Parker, Tony Stark, and Doctor Strange all stand aboard the ship.
Hey, what's going on?
I think we're here, and I don't think this rig has a self-park function.
He gestures to Peter towards the other side of the piloting rig.
Look, get your hand on the steering gimbal, we'll close those around it. You understand?
Yep, got it.
This is made for one big guy, so we got to move it at the same time.
Okay, ready?
We might want to turn.
Okay, ready.
The ship enters atmosphere and aimed directly at what appears to be the ruins of a citadel.
Turn. Brian, my turn.
Turn.
Strange creates a magical shield around the ship to prevent them from being killed in the landing. The ship, now partially gone, lands on Titan.
You all right? That was close. I owe you one.
Peter Parker descends from above in spider-like fashion.
Let me just say, if aliens wind up implanting eggs in my chest or something and I end up eating you, I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear a single pop culture reference out of you for the rest of the trip. You understand?
I'm trying to say something's coming.
A grenade rolls into view, and Peter, Strange, and Tony get back. Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis appear in the doorway.
Is that mute?
Sorry.
We're on page 70.
The cloak of levitation flies to Drax's face and whips him around. Star-Lord pins Iron Man to the wall with a magnetic disc. Peter crawls backwards across the floor away from Mantis.
Whoa, please don't put your eggs in me.
Peter webs Mantis's arms to her body, and Star-Lord flies at him from front to the side, kicking him down.
Stay down, clown.
Tony fires the flying Star-Lord as Peter Parker extends his mechanical spider legs and jumps at him. But Star-Lord throws an electric cord that wraps around Peter Parker, sending him to the ground. Drax continues struggling with the cloak of levitation.
Die, blanket of death.
Iron Man pulls free of the magnet. They pull weapons on each other. Star-Lord has Peter Parker in a headlock while Iron Man stands over Drax with a gun, and Doctor Strange stands ready near Mantis.
Everybody stay where you are. Chill the F out.
Will deactivates his helmet.
I'm going to ask you this one time. Where's Gamora?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora?
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Tell me where the girl is, or I swear to you, I'm going to French fry this little freak.
Let's do it. You shoot my guy, I'll blast him. Let's go.
And he extends his nanotech gun.
Do it, Quill. I can take it.
No, he can't take it.
She's right. You can't.
Oh, yeah? You don't want to tell me where she is? That's fine. I'll kill all three of you and beat it out of Thanos myself, starting with you.
Wait, what? Thanos? All right. Let me ask you this one time. What master do you serve?
What master do I serve? What am I supposed to say? Jesus?
You're from Earth.
I'm not from Earth. I'm from Missouri.
Yeah, that's on Earth, dipshit. What are you hassling us for?
So you're not with Thanos?
With Thanos? No, I'm here to kill Thanos. He took my girl. Wait, who are you?
We're the Avengers, man.
Oh.
You're the one Thor told us about.
You know Thor?
Yeah, tall guy, not that good looking, needed saving.
Where's he now?
Cut to the interior of the Nivetalier Forge. Eitri is showing Thor rocket and Groot the mold of Stormbreaker.
This is the plan? We're gonna hit him with a brick?
The mold. King's weapon. Meant to be the greatest in Asgard. In theory, it could even summon the Bifrost.
Did it have a name?
Stormbreaker.
That's a bit much.
So how do we make it?
We'll have to restart the forge. Awaken the heart of a dying star.
Rabbit, fire up the pod.
Cut to the exterior of Titan. Quill is measuring the planet's tilt. Mantis is jumping in the low gravity.
The hell happened to this planet? It's 8 degrees off its axis. Gravitational pull is all over the place.
Yeah, look, we got one advantage. He's coming to us. We'll use it. All right, like I have a plan, or at least the beginnings of one. It's pretty simple. We draw him in, pin him down, and get what we need. Definitely don't want to dance with this guy. We just need the gauntlet.
Drax yawns.
Are you yawning in the middle of this while I'm breaking it down? Did you hear what I said?
I stopped listening. Oh shit, it jumped pages. Sorry.
No, it does that.
What page is it? 70 something?
At the bottom of 74.
Bottom of 74.
Thank you.
Wait. So, did you hear what I said?
Bottom of 72.
72, there we go. I stopped listening after you said we need a plan.
Okay, Mr. Clean is on his own page.
See, not winging it isn't really what they do.
Peter raises his hand with a question.
What exactly do they do?
Take names. Take ass.
Drax quietly as he shifts to a commanding position beside Mantis.
Yeah, that's right.
Tony stands for a moment with an expression of hopelessness.
All right, just get over here, please. Mr. Lord, can you get your folks to circle up?
Mr. Lord, Star-Lord is fine.
Quill motions to Drax and Mantis.
All right, look, we gotta coalesce, because if all we come at him with is plucky attitude...
Dude, don't call us plucky. We don't know what it means. All right. Yes, I like your plan, except it sucks. So let me do the plans, and that way it might be really good.
Tell them about the dance-off to save the universe.
What dance-off?
It's nothing.
Like in Footloose, the movie?
Exactly like in Footloose. Is it still the greatest movie in history?
It never was.
Quill frowns sadly at him.
Don't encourage this, all right?
Okay.
We're getting no help from Flash Gordon here.
Flash Gordon? By the way, that's a compliment. Don't forget, I'm half human.
Quill points at Stark and Peter.
So that 50% of me that's stupid, that's 100% of you.
Your math is blowing my mind.
Excuse me, but does your friend often do that?
Strange is sitting cross-legged with his hands poised in a mystic gesture with the time stones suspended between them. His eyes are closed and his head is jerking rapidly from side to side.
Strange, all right?
Strange seems to snap out of it as he starts forward, letting out a cry.
You're back. You're all right. Hi.
Hey, what was that?
Going forward in time to view alternate futures, to see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
4,605. 14,605.
How many did we win?
Strange pauses a moment before answering.
1.
Cut to exterior Vormir. Thanos and Gamora have just appeared outside a mountain.
The stone had better be up there, for your sister's sake.
Cut to the exterior Vormir mountain platform. Thanos and Gamora stand before a cloaked, faceless figure there to guard the way.
Welcome, Thanos, son of Eros. Gamora, daughter of Thanos.
You know us?
It is my curse to know all who journey here.
Where's the Soul Stone?
You should know. It extracts a terrible price.
I am prepared.
We all think that at first.
The figure glides farther out of the shadows and reveals the face of who we know to be Red Skull from Captain America, the First Avenger.
We're all wrong.
Red Skull leads Thanos and Gamora to an outside pinnacle.
How is it you know this place so well?
A lifetime ago, I too saw the stones. I even held one in my hand, but it cast me out, banished me here, guiding others to a treasure I cannot possess.
They come to the edge of a mountaintop and stop at the precipice.
What you seek lies before you, as does what you fear.
What's this?
The price. Souls hold a special place among the Infinity Stones. You might say it has a certain wisdom.
Tell me what it needs.
To ensure that whoever possesses it understands its power. The stone demands a sacrifice.
Of what?
In order to take the stone, you must lose that which you love. A soul for a soul.
Gamora begins to laugh.
All of my life, I dreamed of a day, a moment when you get what you deserved. And I always was so disappointed. But now, you kill and you torture and you call it mercy. The universe has judged you. You asked it for a prize and it told you no. You failed. And do you want to know why? Because you love nothing. No one.
Thanos turns to face Gamora with tears in his eyes.
No.
Really? Tears?
They're not for him.
Gamora looks at Red Skull and seems to realize what is about to happen.
No. This isn't love.
I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do it again. Even for you. I'm sorry, little one.
Thanos grabs Gamora by the arm and drags her toward the precipice.
No!
He tries in vain to break from his grasp, but he soon throws her over the side and watches sorrowfully as she falls to her death. Smash cut to the exterior of Soul Space. Thanos lying in water. He opens his hand and sees what he now has, a Soul Stone. Cut to the interior of the Quinjet. Sam is piloting Rhodey, Steve, Natasha, Wanda, and Vision.
Drop to 2600, heading 030. I hope you're right about this, Cap, or we're going to land a lot faster than you want to.
The Quinjet passes through a force field into Wakanda, the exterior of Wakanda. Okoye walks with T'Challa and a band of the King's Guard.
When you said we were going to open Wakanda to the rest of the world, this is not what I imagined.
And what did you imagine?
The Olympics. Maybe even a Starbucks.
The occupants of the Quinjet descend the ramp.
Should we bow?
Yeah, he's a king.
Steve walks up to T'Challa and extends a friendly handshake.
Seems like I'm always thanking you for something.
Bruce bows to T'Challa.
What are you doing?
We don't do that here. So, how big an assault can we expect?
Rhodey laughs to himself. The group begins to walk back the way it came to greet the guests.
Sir, I think you can expect quite a big assault.
How we looking?
You will have my king's guard, the Border tribe, the Dora Milaje, and...
Bucky walks up towards Steve.
Semi-stable 100-year-old man.
The two friends hug.
How you been, Buck?
Not bad for the end of the world.
Cut to the interior of Shuri's lab. Vision lays on a table while Bruce and Shuri stand over him, and the others watch. Shuri scans the stone and studies a hologram.
Wow. The structure is polymorphic.
Right. We had to attach each neuron non-sequentially.
Why didn't you just reprogram the synapses to work collectively?
Bruce stares for a moment.
Because we didn't think of it.
Shuri smiles.
I'm sure you did your best.
Can you do it?
Yes, but there are more than 2 trillion neurons here. One misalignment could cause a cascade of circuit failures. It will take time, brother.
How long?
As long as you can give me.
A device on Okoye's wrist chirps.
Something's entered the atmosphere.
Exterior Wakanda. Bucky stands looking up at the sky as Sam flies along with the shield.
Hey, Cap, we got a situation here.
The defense shield around Wakanda destroys one of the vessels entering the atmosphere.
God, I love this place.
Yeah. Don't start celebrating yet, guys. We got more incoming outside the dome.
Interior Shuri's lab. Vision's in the window.
That's me. It's too late. We need to destroy the stone now.
Vision, get your ass back on the table.
You will hold him off.
Steve looks at Wanda.
Wanda, as soon as the stone's out of his head, you go to hell.
I will.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defense procedures. And get this man a shield.
Cut to the exterior of Nivedalier. Rock is in the pod, while Thor jumps from the roof onto the rings with the rope in his hand attached to the pod.
I don't think you get the scientifics here. These rings are gigantic. You want to get them moving. You're going to need something a lot bigger to yank them loose.
Leave that to me.
Leave that to me. Buddy, you're in space. There's a rope and,
Thor begins to swing the pod around. He lets the pod drag him until he stops himself by digging his feet into the ring, still holding the pod. The rings begin to move.
More power, Rabbit!
Finally, the star bursts into life. The rings align and a jet of light streams through the forge. Interior Nivedalier forge.
Well done, boy.
Exterior Nivedalier. Thor, hanging on, looks through the pod window at Rocket and he points towards the star.
That's Nivedalier.
The iris closes and a beam of light recedes back into the star.
Damn it.
Damn it. What's damn it?
The mechanism is crippled.
What?
With the iris closed, I can't heat the metal.
How long will it take to heat?
A few minutes. People. Why?
I'm gonna hold it open.
That's suicide.
So it's facing Thanos without that axe.
Cut to the exterior of the Wakandan battlefield. Their carriers hover over the ground with Wakandan soldiers, Natasha, Steve, and Bucky on board. Bruce runs behind, piloting a Hulkbuster armor.
How are we looking, Bruce?
Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of it. Wow, it's like being the Hulk without actually...
He stumbles on a rock and carrier goes by, from which Okoye gives him a dubious look. He stands.
I'm okay.
Sam flies overhead.
We got 2 heat signatures breaking through the tree line.
M'Baku and of the Jabari rallies his soldiers with a war cry. He stops as T'Challa nears him.
Thank you for standing with us.
Of course, brother.
T'Challa, Steve, and Natasha walk to the edge of the barrier, where Proxima Midnight and Obsidian Cole stand.
Where's your other friend?
You will pay for his life with yours. Thanos will have that stone.
That's not gonna happen.
You are in Wakanda now. Thanos will have nothing but dust and blood.
We have blood to spare.
She raises her right arm with a cry, and several large ships emerge from the forest behind her. T'Challa, Steve, and Natasha return to the front line.
Did they surrender?
Not exactly.
T'Challa leads the Wakandans in the war cry, Bombay, telling them to hold fast as the Outriders bound toward the barrier.
What the hell?
Looks like we pissed her off.
T'Challa commands his soldiers to engage their shields. Okoye watches as the Outriders bombard the dome, only a few getting through.
They're killing themselves.
You seen the teeth on those things?
All right. Back up, Sam. You're going to get your wings seamed.
He flies over a section that has been breached and drops a barrage of mines. Flames launch high into the sky.
Cap, if these things circle the perimeter and get in behind us, there's nothing between them and Vision.
Everybody.
What do you think about that, Cap?
We better keep in the front. Wait, shit, fuck. Wait.
Didn't catch that, Cap. Can you come in again?
We better keep in the front. God damn it!
I didn't copy. Cap.
Then we better keep in front of us.
Cap.
How do we do that?
Open the barrier. On my single. Open northwest section 17.
Keeland.
Requesting confirmation, my king. You said open the barrier.
On my signal.
This will be end of Wakanda.
Then it will be the noblest ending in history.
The section of the barrier is faltering.
Wakanda forever!
He crosses his hands over his chest as his helmet covers his face, leading the army as they charge towards the barrier. T'Challa and Steve quickly advance to the front of the advancing army.
Now!
The section in the barrier disappears and the Outriders charge at them. T'Challa and Steve fight curiously, truly standing at the front line. Interior, Shuri's lab. Shuri works quickly.
How much longer, Shuri?
We've barely begun, brother.
You might want to pick up the pace.
Cut to exterior, Nivedalier. Thor stands on the rings of Nivedalier.
All fathers, give me strength.
You understand, boy. You're about to take the full force of a star. It'll kill you.
Only if I die.
Yes, that's what killing you means.
Thor grasps the handholds and pulls, slowly opening the iris. The stream of light returns and awakens the forge once more.
Hold it! Hold it, Thor!
Eitri watches the metal melt and tips a cauldron, pouring it into the mold. Thor passes out and the jet carries him to the forge. Rocket follows him in the pod, and Groot looks up from his game when Thor lands near him. Rocket kneels over Thor.
Thor, say something. Come on, Thor. You okay? I think he's dying.
Needs the axe. Where's the handle? Tree, help me find the handle.
Groot looks sadly at Thor, stands and grows a longer arm, weaving it around the axe and the hammer, joining them, and then cutting his arm off at the right length. The hammer falls heavily to the floor, its metal cooling quickly. Thor's hand opens slightly and the hammer rises from the ground, lightning flickering from it. Cut 2. Exterior Wakanda battlefield. The remaining Avengers and Wakandans are struggling against the Outriders. The Winter Soldier goes down and fights off Outrider fangs snapping out of his hand. Captain America and the Black Panther still fight side by side. War Machine hovers over to the breach, pouring ammunition into the flood of bodies until a huge hammer, Obsidians, knocks him out of the sky and down to the ground. The Hulkbuster is dogpiled and pinned.
There's too many of them! Ah!
Suddenly, a large beam of rainbow-hued light lands in the middle of the action, and an axe flies out of it, wreathed with lightning and tearing through the Outriders, freeing the heroes. It flies back to the light and into the Master's hands, just as the beam cuts out, revealing Thor, Groot, and Rocket, who chambers around into his large gun. Black Widow, Captain America, and the Black Panther pause in astonishment. Proxima Midnight and Obsidian pause in apprehension. Bruce opens the Hulkbuster's helm and laughs with joy.
You guys are so screwed now!
Bring me Thanos!
He charges towards a horde of Outriders, followed by Groot and Rocket, lightning gathering around him until he finally launches himself in the air, lands in the densest concentration of Outriders, and makes a forward they had stood. Cut to the exterior of Thanos arrives, finding only fresh debris from Ebony Maw's ship. Doctor Strange sits on what may have once been Plaza steps.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. You're much more of a Thanos.
I take it the Maw is dead. This day extracted his soul. Still, he accomplished his mission.
You may regret that. He brought you face to face with the master of the mystic arts.
And where do you think he brought you?
Star-Lord crouches behind wreckage with his weapons ready, behind Thanos and to his left. Spider-Man peeks from above and behind Doctor Strange.
Let me guess. Your home?
Thanos smiles reminiscently.
It was. And it was beautiful.
Thanos curls his gauntleted fist and activates the Reality Stone to show Strange Titan before it was destroyed. Green lawns, intact buildings, water-filled ponds, strolling citizens, the jack-like structures hovering and connected to ground-based buildings with beams of energy.
Titan was like most planets. Too many mouths and not enough to go around. And when we faced extinction, I offered a solution.
Genocide.
But at random. Passionate. Fair to rich and poor alike. They called me a madman. And what I predicted came to pass.
He relaxes his fist. The stone stops glowing and the illusion fades back into the true state of Titan.
Congratulations. You're a prophet.
I'm a survivor.
Who wants to murder trillions?
With all 6 stones, I could simply snap my fingers and they would all cease to exist. I call that mercy.
And then what?
I finally rest and watch the sun rise on a grateful universe. The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Doctor Strange stands and summons his mandala, entering a fighting pose.
I think you'll find our will equal to yours.
Ours?
He looks up to see a chunk of wreckage descending rapidly on him, too rapidly to react, and powered by Iron Man. He is subsequently crushed by it.
Piece of cake, Quill.
Quill triggers his mask and follows.
Yeah, if your goal was to piss him off.
The wreckage on top of Thanos erupts in purple as he bellows in rage. He turns the hovering fragments into a flock of bats with the Reality Stone and swarms Iron Man with them, driving him back through the ruins. Spider-Man webs his eyes and swings into him to kick him into the face at the same time that Drax leaps from cover, blades in both hands, to knee slide behind Thanos and try for a tendon slide across the back of the Titan's knee. Doctor Strange jumps through a portal and summons a sword of golden energy, dueling with Thanos while Drax attacks similarly on the other side. Thanos punches Drax through a ruined wall, then shatters the blade with one hand and tears the web from his eyes. He advances on Doctor Strange and kicks at him, but Strange's shield absorbs damage. The cloak lifts him free of the realm. Star-Lord has been making his way back on the ground and shoots Thanos from behind. Thanos uses the Power Stone to shoot balls of energy at Star-Lord, while Star-Lord leaps towards Thanos, using magical platforms thrown in his path by Doctor Strange, the last one placed above Thanos' head so Star-Lord can flip over him and slap a mine on Thanos' back. Star-Lord sticks his landing. He disengages his helmet, flips Thanos the bird, and falls backward into a portal.
Boom!
The explosion knocks Thanos to his knees and dazes him briefly. Doctor Strange whispers to his cloak.
Do not let him close his fist.
The cloak swoops off Doctor Strange's shoulders and wraps itself tightly around Thanos' armored hand, who starts tugging at this unexpected wrapping. Doctor Strange starts throwing portals everywhere. Spider-Man leaps through one on Thanos' left.
Magic!
He punches Thanos in the head and vanishes through a portal to the lower right before reappearing above Thanos.
More magic!
He yanks Thanos' head down hard, then leaps through a portal in front of him. He leaps through another portal high and behind Thanos.
Magic with a kick!
He delivers a flying kick and falls feet first into an exit, then appears on his right.
Magic with a...
Before he can finish, Thanos turns, grabbing him from the air and throwing him to the ground with his hands around his neck.
Insect.
Thanos then throws Spider-Man at Doctor Strange, knocking them both down. Thanos finally tears the cloak away and is then promptly surrounded by fire explosions as Iron Man bombards him. He sucks all the flame into the gauntlet with the Power Stone and fires it in the stream at Iron Man, hitting him dead on and sending him far away, plowing through a massive fallen machine. Spider-Man leaps from behind, more conventionally this time, while Thanos concentrates his fire on Iron Man, webs the gauntlet and drops down in front of him, pulling hard. But Thanos yanks on the web line, pulling the much lighter teenager towards him, then punching him on his way past. He tears the webbing free of the gauntlet just in time for a small spaceship to attempt to crash land on him. The ship drags Thanos along for a distance, bearing him under the debris. He stands just as the pilot leaps in a great arc to punch him, landing in front of him with an energy blade at the ready.
Well, well.
You should have killed me.
Would have been a waste of parts.
She runs at Thanos, attacking with her sword.
Where's Gamora?
Thanos punches her away. Doctor Strange uses the crimson bands of Sidorak to pinion the gauntlet, pulling Thanos' fingers open and trying to pry the gauntlet off his hand. Thanos tries to pull free as Drax slides in front of him, from his right, taking his knee and knocking him off balance, then wrapping himself around Thanos' kneeling leg. Star-Lord shoots an electric trap onto the ground to Thanos' right, the tangled field holding down his unarmored hand. Spider-Man swings in, webs Thanos' chest, then wraps it around behind him, digging his iron spider legs into the ground to anchor himself. Doctor Strange opens a portal straight above Thanos' head, out of which drops Mantis, landing on the Titan's shoulders, her hands on his temples. He bellows as she tries to put him under. Iron Man, having returned, is pulling on the gauntlet. Doctor Strange reapplies the crimson bands of Sidorak to reinforce Drax's hold on Thanos' right hand, and the cloak helps him pull. Thanos is finally subdued enough to incapacitate, but not fully asleep.
Is he under? Don't let up. Mantis?
Be quick. He is very strong.
Parker, help. Get over here.
Spider-Man drops his web line and hurries to help Tony with the gauntlet.
She can't hold it much longer. Let's go.
Star-Lord flies over to join the others and stands in front of Thanos tauntingly.
I thought you'd be harder to catch. And for the record, this was my plan. Not so strong now, huh? Where's Gamora?
My Gamora.
No, bullshit. Where is she?
He is in anguish.
Good.
He mourns.
What does this monster have to mourn?
Gamora.
The words hang for a moment.
What?
Nebula realizes with horror and sadness what has happened.
He took her to Vormir. He came back with the Soul Stone, but she didn't.
Tony grasps the plan, falling apart in D-helmets.
Okay, Quill, you got to cool it right now. You understand?
Nicole slowly turns to Thanos.
Don't engage. We almost got this off.
Tell me she's lying. Asshole, tell me you didn't do it.
I had to.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
He continues to rage, then pistol whipping Thanos twice in the face, causing Mantis to let go in pain.
No, you didn't.
Quill.
Tony leaps for Star-Lord's arm, rehelmeting and leaving Spider-Man to pull off the gauntlet. Tony struggles with Quill.
Hey, stop. Hey, stop. Hey, stop.
It's coming! It's coming!
Thanos' fingers go completely loose.
I got it!
Thanos wakes completely, now well and truly furious. He headbutts Mantis, grabbing the cuff of the gauntlet just as it is sliding off his hand, causing Spider-Man to stumble back, and then throwing Mantis away off his shoulders. Peter looks up and notices that Mantis has far too much air underneath her.
Oh, God.
He jumps and wraps his arms and legs around her, extending his spider legs to form a roll cage for a safe landing. Thanos kicks Drax off his right leg and into Nebula and Star-Lord, knocking them down. He yanks on the crimson bands, holding his right hand to throw Doctor Strange far away, and swats away Iron Man and his repulsor shots. The remaining Guardians jump up and charge him again, but he fires a pulse of indigo energy at them that knocks the three of them completely unconscious. Iron Man zooms back, his nanite arm cannon manifested, and his head butted to the ground. Thanos looks at him for a beat, then raises the gauntlet towards Titan's moon. Iron Man stares, aghast. Thanos uses a combination of the power and space stones to shatter the moon's surface, then bring the debris down on the field of battle at speed. Iron Man powers out of the way, but is caught by a chunk of moon about the size of a baseball field, slamming him into the ground. The Guardians go sailing into the air from the rebound. Cut through the interior of Shuri's lab. Shuri is working steadily to complete the Mind Stone's removal. Wanda stands by tensely. Exterior, Wakanda battlefield. The Kingsguard, Borderers, and Jabari have little success going against Cole Obsidian's chained hammer. He either sends them flying or punches them into the ground. The Black Panther gets free of his other sorties, leaps and uses all his collected kinetic energy behind a punch that lays Obsidian flat.
Come and get some, space dogs!
Another wave of Outriders heads right for the raccoon. Bucky, having come up behind Rocket, grabs him with his mechanical arm, holds him at arm's length, and spins 540 degrees, firing his own M249 at the same time.
Come on, get some! Come on, get some! Come on, get some!
Bucky drops Rocket, who looks up at him with a spleen.
How much for the gun?
Bucky snaps off another burst.
Not for sale.
Okay, how much for the arm?
Bucky gives him a look and moves off.
Oh, I'll get that arm.
The tides of battle cause Thor, using Stormbreaker to great effect, and Captain America together. They take a breather.
New haircut?
Notice you copied my beard.
Captain America nods, warily gesturing at his own face with a shield-covered hand. Groot skewers 3 Outriders with his right arm.
By the way, this is a friend of mine. Tree.
He gestures towards Groot with Stormbreaker.
I am Groot!
I am Steve Rogers.
Interior Shuri's lab. In Shuri's lab, a deep rumbling can be heard even at their height. Wanda looks down on the battlefield and sees movement through the blazing forest between the troop ships and the dome. Exterior Wakanda battlefield. When the disturbance reaches the edge of the trees, it turns into vast moving mounds of earth that easily bypass the forest field and emerge. Threshers, sets of massive motorized spiked wheels intended for nothing more than shredding everything in their paths.
Fall back now!
Wanda watches as at least one set of threshers separates into individual wheels and starts veering all over the battlefield, and then looks anxiously back at Vision.
Focus that fire on the left flank, Sam.
I'm doing it!
The 2 flyers use their firepower to crack a thresher, but cannot find a weak spot. Black Widow with her Eskrima sticks and Okoye with her augmented spear have drifted together when they're suddenly in the path of a thresher. Both women cringe at their seemingly inevitable shredding when Wanda lands in front of both of them, eyes glowing red, lifting the whole thresher well clear off the ground. Looking behind her, the friendly forces have scattered and replaced by a charging mob of outriders. The perfect place to throw a thresher. Black Widow straightens with a pleased smile. Okoye with an amazed look.
Why was she up there all this time?
The children of Thanos help answer that question.
She's on the field. Take it.
Cut to the interior of Shuri's lab. Corvus Glaive kills one of the guards just outside the lab, alerting Shuri to the problem. She starts hastily disconnecting equipment from vision systems. He gasps at the sensations. The Dora Milaje engages Glaive, but is sent skidding across the floor. Shuri finishes her shutdown, grabs one of her sonic panther paws, and fires at Glaive. The Dora attacks again, and Glaive sends both her and Shuri through the balcony railing and onto the main lab floor. Vision is not where Corvus Glaive expects to find him. Vision is, in fact, charging at him and knocking him out of the window to fall many meters down the face of Mount Bashinga, the exterior of Wakanda battlefield.
Guys, we got a Vision situation here.
Sam's tackled by a leaping outrider and grounded.
Somebody get to Vision.
I got him.
Bruce's figure out the Hulkbuster's repulsor thrusters and makes a beeline for the android.
On my way.
Wanda is clobbered by Proxima Midnight's pommel and rolls down into the large ditch from the thresher before it can move. Proxima jumps down next to Wanda.
He'll die alone, as will you.
She's not alone.
Okoye silently brandishes her spear on the other side of Proxima and nods at Black Widow. Proxima screams as she leaps for Black Widow, who has joined her sticks into a full staff. She blocks Proxima's blow with an electrical crackle while Okoye runs around the slope to also attack from the front. The exterior of the Wakanda jungle. Corvus Glaive kicks Vision, knocking him down. As he attempts to rise again, Cole Obsidian shows up and swings his hammer into a full arc, throwing Vision even further. He painfully starts to climb to his feet again when a whooshing overheard interrupts the fight as Bruce Banner lands a Hulkbuster between the aliens and the android. He takes a defensive stance, pointing one hand's repulsor at each.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you don't. This isn't going to be like New York, pal. This suit's already kicked the crap out of the Hulk.
Cole Obsidian jumps forward, grabs Bruce's right arm, and Bruce, in reflex, grabs Obsidian's hammer. A jet fires, taking the two of them in a random direction to the base of the waterfall.
Guys, Vision needs backup now!
Obsidian pulls the Hulkbuster up and kicks it in the small of the back. Bruce struggles inside the armor.
Hulk, I know you like making your entrance at the last second. Well, this is it. This is it, man. This is the last second.
Bruce extends his left hand protectively. Obsidian grabs the armor's hand, chops the shoulder joint with a relatively small axe, then does a roll over Bruce's back to leverage snapping off the Hulkbuster's whole arm.
Ah! Hulk!
No! Oh, screw you, you big green asshole! I'll do it myself! Come on!
He charges the alien, jumps into the air, and delivers an effective punch with his remaining hand. Swat, punch, hammer. Except that blow is caught by Obsidian, who punches back, knocking Bruce flat. Obsidian changes his left-hand armor into a pointed weapon and lunges forward to deliver a likely fatal blow, when Bruce grabs the detached Hulkbuster arm out of the water, holding it so Obsidian impales that instead, and slaps the controls.
See ya!
The repulsors fire, taking Cole Obsidian high into the air. High enough, in fact, to intersect the defense dome. The Hulkbuster arm drags Obsidian against the field to grotesque, destructive effect, ending in a very final explosion.
Hulk, we got a lot to figure out, pal.
Exterior Wakanda battlefield. Proxima Midnight alternates heavy blows between her two opponents, but all three of them duck as a single-wheel thresher tears overhead, the ditch sparing them most of the danger from wheel blades. Proxima uses the distraction to kick Black Widow in the face, sending her to the ground. She then grabs Okoye by the shoulder and weapon and throws her meters away. The exterior of the Wakanda jungle. Corvus, Glaive, and Vision struggle in front of the foot of Mount Bashinga. Glaive grasps Vision's shoulder and uses the leverage to plunge his blade once more into the android's chest.
I thought you were a formidable machine, but you're dying.
like any man. He yanks his blade out and Vision collapses. As he bends over his fallen opponent to retrieve the stone, he's tackled by Captain America at full speed.
Get out of here!
He exchanges blows with Glaive, using his arm shields as offense as well as defense, and turns to Vision again.
Go!
The exterior of Wakanda battlefield. Black Widow splits her staff back into a pair of sticks to block Proxima and Midnight Sword's blows and finally knocks it from her hand. The alien takes to her bare fist instead, knocks down and pins Black Widow. Proxima triggers an arm blade from her left armor and stabs at Black Widow, who barely manages to block the blade with her cross sticks. As the edge starts to dig into Black Widow's neck anyway, Scarlet Energy grabs the alien and tosses her into the air, right into the path of another passing Thresher. Dark blue blood splatters the woman below. Wanda sits up, sighing with relief, her hands still shimmering.
That was really gross.
Exterior Wakanda jungle. Captain America keeps blocking Corvus Glaive's staff weapon using his shields, finally knocking it from the alien's hands just before he's thrown over a fallen tree and pinned, Glaive's hand at his throat. Even with his physical abilities, Captain America's struggling, until a Glaive blade pierces Glaive's chest and is pushed all the way through. Vision raises his enemy in a perfect mirror of the first attack on him, and holds him for a moment before dropping Glaive's corpse to one side and collapsing exhaustively.
I thought I told you to go.
We don't trade lives, Captain.
Cut to exterior Titan. The remaining Guardians and Avengers are dealing with the gravitic aftermath of dumping a large chunk of moon onto an unstable planet's surface. The unconscious Guardians are flying upwards uncontrollably. Moon chunks are still making fiery ballistic inbounds, and random debris and massive rocks are floating in any possible direction. Spider-Man is well equipped to handle this physically, even if he's freaking out emotionally. Peter swings by and webs Mantis.
Something's happening.
Sean, you're muted.
Did you hear any of that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I got you.
Peter snags Drax, securing both of them to something not moving.
I'm sorry, I can't remember anybody's names.
He reels and quill. The cloak of levitation sets Doctor Strange down on a relatively stable outcrop as Thanos extricates himself from rubble. The Sorcerer Supreme makes a few passes with his hands, producing the familiar golden magic filigree circles, and slams his hands down on the rock before him, invoking the 7 sons of Cinnabus as a lightning-like effect of immense heat jumping from rock to rock until it reaches Thanos, sending him flying. But he makes use of the erratic gravity to keep control and fire back a blast from the Power Stone. Doctor Strange blocks a purple plume with a wall of mirror dimension, which he then pushes back at Thanos. It shatters around the Titan, who suctions the magic into a miniature black hole with the Space Stone, falling it back at Doctor Strange. Just in time, Doctor Strange raises his shield and changes the dark energy into a swarm of aqua butterflies, which return to their master. Before Thanos can counterattack again, Doctor Strange levitates and invokes the images of Icon, giving him arms like a Hindu deity before dozens of strange replications rush away, forming a circular wall around a snarling Thanos. They cast magical cords, wrapping around Thanos' torso, arms and hands. He struggles to close his gauntleted fist and uses his soul and power stones to discover the real Doctor Strange among the many copies, blowing the duplicates away and sending the singular Doctor Strange reeling. Reality and space pull Doctor Strange forward, Thanos grasping him by the throat once in range. Doctor Strange grabs futilely at Thanos' hand.
We love you, Joe.
You're full of tricks, wizard.
Thanos reaches for the Eye of Agamotto.
Is that me?
No.
Not where I think.
No.
No. Yep.
Thanos snaps the chain.
Next line.
Yet you never once used your greatest weapon.
He crushes it in his bare hand.
A fake.
He throws Doctor Strange hard enough that Doctor Strange's head hits stone and he passes out. Almost simultaneously, a red and gold device slaps into the palm of the Infinity Gauntlet, bracing the fingers open, and a red and gold Avenger makes a fast and hard entrance.
You throw another moon at me and I'm going to lose it.
Stark.
You know me?
I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
My only curse is you.
Small rockets pop off Iron Man's back and launch at Thanos.
Come on.
The rockets all explode on target, momentarily shrouding Thanos in smoke. Before it clears, Iron Man pile drives into Thanos horizontally, using a single superjet boot configuration. As he bounces off, he flips and sticks his landing, immediately reconfiguring his boots into ground clamps for stability, and his gloves into rocket-driven battering rams, punching Thanos into a ruined wall behind him. Thanos shakes it off quickly, reaches forward and tears Iron Man's helmet off, revealing Tony's surprised expression before the suit recovers automatically and reforms his head protection. The Iron makes use of the fractional delay and punches back hard, sending Iron Man sliding meters away, giving Thanos time to rip the brace device off the gauntlet. He immediately uses the Power Stone to stream furiously, lambent and energy at his opponent, who forms a shield to kneel behind just as instantly, getting pushed back and even further by the incredible force. Iron Man slides out from behind the shield, letting the angled energy push him away for a faster start, and whiffs back to Thanos' full thrusters. He kicks at the Titan with his left foot, turning the boot into a ground clamp at the same time to pin the gauntlet, and keeps twisting while his left glove becomes a ram again, slamming into Thanos' face, cutting his cheek.
All that for a drop of blood.
He smiles briefly, punching Iron Man, sending him pinwheeling, then starts beating him with his fist. Iron Man attempts to block the blows with his forearms, but Thanos is relentless, picking him up by the helmet and blasting his midsection with the Power Stone. The gaps in nanite coverage are now gaping as the armor loses the ability to recover from the intensity and extent of the damage. Iron Man lands hard from the power blast, struggles to one knee, and fires his right-hand repulsor at the inexorable Thanos. The beam is easily deflected by the gauntlet. He gets to both feet as the suit tries to complete repairs, adding the beam from his left hand as well. Thanos walks right up to him and backhands the incomplete helmet completely off Tony's head. He crosses his arms to block the blow from Thanos' gauntlet and has his left hand caught over his head. In desperation, he forms what's left of his right glove into a short sword, which is also easily caught by Thanos, snapping it off clean and driving it through Tony's left side. The fight is over. Thanos walks Tony back until he sits and places the gauntlet almost comfortingly on Tony's head.
You have my respect, Stark. When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive.
Thanos lets go and steps back.
I hope they remember you.
Tony's just a little distracted with the pain and the blood drooling out of his mouth and compromised breathing. Thanos raises the gauntlet, closing his fist, all 4 stones glowing.
Stop! Spare his life, and I will give you the stone.
No tricks.
Doctor Strange shakes his head as Thanos points all 4 stones at him instead.
Don't!
Doctor Strange reaches up and plucks a time stone out of its hiding place in the stars. He opens his hand. The scars on his fingers and their inherent trembling particularly obvious now, and the stone floats to Thanos' bare hand. Doctor Strange watches him intently as he takes the stone and drops it into the thumb setting, the energy pulse making the Titan wince.
1 to go.
An energy blast hits the gauntlet right in the empty Mind Stone setting, and Thanos grimaces in surprise. Quill flies in, screaming in an incoherent rage, helmet up, firing with both hands, and flying straight for Thanos. Thanos doesn't even bother responding to the assault. He just leaves. Star-Lord flies through where Thanos had been and crashes, rolling several times.
Where is he?
Tony stitches up his stab wound as well as he can with his suit functions. He has no breath for answers.
Did we just lose?
Tony looks at Strange with sadness in his eyes.
Why would you do that?
We're in the end game now.
Whoop. Cut to exterior Wakanda battlefield. M'Baku bashes another outrider. The ground game has improved considerably with the addition of the God of Thunder. His tribesmen are equally impressed around him, or equally successful around him.
IFI.
Yahoo! Ho!
Roars in the air. Using Stonebreaker and the Outrider drop ships, which are now retreating. He is having considerably more success than the Wakandan Dragonflyers firing on the fleeing ships. Exterior Wakanda jungle. Wanda lands near vision.
Are you okay? What? What is it?
He's here.
The wind picks up. It feels strange, eerie.
Everyone on my position. We have incoming.
Steve is joined by the Black Widow, Falcon, Okoye, and the Black Panther in short order.
What the hell?
Bruce sees the blue-black clouds of the Space Stone relocation just before Thanos steps forward.
Cap. That's him.
Eyes up. Stay sharp.
Bruce reaches Thanos first, lunging forward fist first, but Thanos uses his Space Stone on him, renders him immaterial until the Hulkbuster is half buried in the stone of the cliff behind him and freezes Bruce in place. Captain America is sent flying by purple energy before he even gets to strike a single blow. The Black Panther, armor fully charged kinetically, leaps high and with claws extended, but is easily grabbed by the throat and punched to the ground, his armor discharging violently. Falcon stoops, strafing with both stair pistols, but is felled when his wings become rubbery and unable to sustain flight.
Wanda, it's time.
No.
They can't stop him, Wanda, but we can. Look at me. You have the power to destroy the stone.
Don't.
You must do it. Wanda, please. We are out of time.
I can't.
Yes, you can. You can. And if he gets the stone, half the universe dies.
It's not fair.
It shouldn't be you, but it is. It's all right. You could never hurt me. I just feel you.
Wanda extends a trembling hand and starts beaming her energy at the Mind Stone. The following action is mostly muted. War Machine joins the fight, firing his guns at Thanos until he uses the gauntlet to crush his armor around him and toss him aside. The Winter Soldier runs in firing, is punched away by the Power Stone. Okoye activates the vibranium-powered elements on her spear and flings it. Power stops it inches from Thanos and throws her and it aside while wrapping the Black Widow in inescapable bands of earth. Groot stabs his hands into the ground to wrap Thanos in cables of roots, which he breaks easily. Wanda watches all this over one shoulder and turns back to Vision to add her left hand to her tearful effort. Captain America slides under one blow and comes up swinging his deployed arm shields, punching Thanos in the gut and chin. He grabs the gauntlet, keeping Thanos' fingers unclenched. Thanos looks very briefly impressed at Captain America's efforts as he screams before slamming a fist into his head and rendering him insensible. Wanda looks over her shoulder again and sees Thanos approaching unopposed. She swings her left hand around to fend him off with a stream of scarlet energy and pushes him back despite his blue-purple energy shield. But then he starts to make slow headway.
It's all right. It's all right. I love you.
At those words, the yellow Mind Stone finally starts to crack. Vision's face is overcome by an expression of joyful peace, and as the crystal fragments completely, a pulse of pure yellow energy explodes from him, shattering the trees for many meters around his epicenter. Wanda's and Thanos' energy subsides.
I understand, my child. Better than anyone.
You could never.
Thanos reaches down to presume to stroke her hair, as if in comfort.
Today, I lost more than you can know, but now is no time to mourn. Now is no time at all.
He reaches forward, clenching the gauntlet, emerald filigree surrounding his wrist, making a gesture very similar to that Doctor Strange made when activating the Eye of Agamotto. In response, a bead of yellow light starts gathering in on itself as time is reversed and growing in size, solidifying into an intact and conscious Vision.
No!
He lunges for Vision and is swatted away. Thanos picks up Vision by his throat, lifting him to eye level, and digs the fingers of his right hand into Vision's forehead, digging out the Mind Stone. He pulls it loose, and Vision goes limp and colorless. He tosses a lifeless android aside like trash. Bringing his gauntleted hand up, he slowly moves the Mind Stone over the last empty setting and drops it in. The energy surges much more than any previous. His torso is wreathed with iridescent static, and he bellows from the sensations. As Thanos studies the completed gauntlet, a massive bolt of lightning strikes him, digging him into the ground and grinding him back for meters. Thor has arrived, eyes glowing with power. Stooping down from the sky like a bird of prey, the god of thunder pauses his attack, reverses his position, raises Stormbreaker above his head, and hurls it. Thanos fires the whole might of the gauntlet against it, but it only creates a rainbow-like bow shock. Not slowing the axe as it slams right into Thanos' chest. Thor lands in front of Thanos, who is down on one knee, and eyes him hatefully.
I told you you'd die for that.
He takes hold of the back of Thanos' head and forces Stormbreaker deeper into his chest, staring angrily into his eyes while Thanos cries out in pain.
You should have gone for the head.
He raises his gauntlet and snaps his fingers. Scene wipes out.
Low-key, that scared me.
Like that. Whoa. Who? You know what? I can't stand.
Fucking rude.
Smash cut to the exterior of Soul Space. Thanos sits with his hand on his chest, no wounds visible. Thanos now seems to be inside the Soul Stone, where he sees a child in the pavilion from the whole world of the Zenwoberi.
Daughter.
The child turns around, revealing to be young Gamora.
Did you do it?
Yes.
Beat.
What did it cost?
Everything.
That's one of my favorite names. Smash cut to exterior Wakanda jungle. Thanos is snapped back to normal reality and notices the damage inflicted on the gauntlet. The metal scorched and distorted from heat. The stones no longer glowing.
What did you do? What did you do?
Thanos nearly seems to not notice Thor before he uses his space stone and teleports away, leaving Stormbreaker behind on Wakandan ground. Steve stumbles into the clearing, holding his side.
Where did he go, Thor? Where did he go?
Steve?
Bucky suddenly stumbles over, drops his gun, and collapses into ashes, much to Steve's shock. He walks over and touches the ground where Bucky's ashes evaporated disbelievingly. Exterior Wakanda battlefield. On the battlefield, Wakandan soldiers disintegrate to ashes, much to M'Baku's horror. Exterior Wakanda jungle. T'Challa holds out his hand to Okoye, helping her up.
Up there, up. There's no place to die.
He suddenly disintegrates into ash, and in anguish, Okoye falls back on the ground. A few seconds later, she gets up herself.
Kanye?
Groot slowly corrodes into ashes as well by Rocket.
I am Groot.
No, Groot, no.
Wanda is mourning over Vision. She then turns into ashes. An injured Sam turns to ashes hidden in the undergrowth. Rhodes paces, looking for Sam, as Okoye is still looking for T'Challa.
Sam, where you at?
Cut to the exterior of Titan. The remaining members of the Guardians and Avengers collect themselves. Mantis props up Star-Lord, Spider-Man helps Tony to his feet, Drax and Nebula manage to limp over on their own.
Something's happening.
She disintegrates into ashes. Quill looks behind him, and he sees Drax disintegrate.
Well?
Quill stares in horror as he turns back to Stark. Panic is starting to set in.
Steady, Quill.
Oh, man.
Quill also gets disintegrated into ashes.
Dude, pull back.
Dr. Strange turns calmly to Stark.
Tony, there was no other way.
Strange is erased. Peter realizes something is happening.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Tony is trying to keep his calm.
You're all right.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't...
Peter falls into Stark's arms, clutching him tight while beginning to cry.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go, Mr. Stark. Please, please. I don't want to go. I don't...
There's a short silence.
I'm sorry.
Peter disintegrates into ashes in Stark's arms. Tony falls forward from the lack of weight in his arms before staring at his hands in disbelief.
You did it.
Stark mourns silently at their failure. Cut to the exterior Wakanda jungle. Back on Wakanda, the remaining team members, Captain America, Thor, War Machine, Black Widow, Bruce Banner, and Rocket are left mourning near Vision's dead body. Captain America turns over Vision's bleached corpse as Black Widow runs up to the other survivors.
What is this? What the hell's happening?
God. Cut to exterior, a peaceful place. Meanwhile, in a different place, in a rustic house on a terrace slope with a scarecrow made of discarded armor, Thanos sits down and watches the sunrise. Cut to the interior of a car. Nick Fury and Maria Hill drive through the city.
Still no word from Stark?
No, not yet. We're watching every satellite in both hemispheres. There's still nothing.
Her device beeps 3 times. The screen now shows Nick Fury and Maria Hill on Earth driving in a car.
What is it?
Multiple bogies over Wakanda.
Same energy signatures as New York?
10 times bigger.
Tell Klein we'll meet at...
Nick!
The car spirals out of control in front of them. They get out and Hill checks on the passengers.
They okay?
Behind their vehicle, a motorcycle lies in the middle of the street with a concerned citizen approaching it.
There's no one here.
They hear helicopter rotor sounds from the direction they'd come, but it sounds wrong. A Leonardo executive helicopter, tail rotor smoking from damage already, appears and crashes nose first into a building. Screaming intensifies. The two are now witnessing civilians around them suddenly disintegrating.
Call control. Code red.
Nick?
Fury turns around to see Hill disintegrating.
Hill?
Fury then races to their car and gets a what appears to be an old pager with extra gear attached out of his bag on the back seat. He sends out an emergency alert mere seconds before his hand turns into ashes.
Oh, no. Mother...
Before he could finish the line, Fury corrodes to dust. The pager falls to the ground, red lights blinking on the additions. The camera zooms in and we see the device display sending. Then display red, blue, and gold star insignia, the symbol of Captain Marvel. Cut to black, right out.
Right. Applause all around.
Wow. Oh, it's hard reading with one eye, dude.
Yeah, I like how we now
That
have
was
2
a
different
nice
people in
touch.
this
I love
script who know exactly how hard it is to read something with one eye.
Turn.
Oh,
This could have been on speaker this whole time?